There's been a lot of changes to Superman over the past month or so. And one of the biggest ones, in my opinion, is the official dropping of the American way. As you know, for the longest time, I think since his inception, unless I'm wrong, has been that Superman fights for truth, justice, and the American way. Well, the American way was officially dropped for a better tomorrow. A better tomorrow. Because he's not allowed to fight for the American way. In fact, I think in issue 900 or so of Action Comics, he actually renounced his American citizenship. So the deconstruction of Superman being, an American has been going on for a while, which I think is such BS because if anything, the guy is the ultimate American. He's an immigrant and, he learns the values of the country and it turns him into the ultimate hero. But, it's got to be a global thing now, not something that makes the country look good because, of course, the people that work in the comic book industry hate the country they live in. So naturally, it's going to translate to the most patriotic characters. I mean, look what Marvel has done to Captain America. That's a whole nother video. So they recently, as you know, replaced Kal-El. He's no longer DC Comics' main Superman. He's taken off. He's on War World, and his son has taken up the mantle as Earth's official Superman. And then after that happened, he, of course, has now come out of the closet, per se. He swings both ways. And honestly, I think if you really... The biggest problems with the comic book more so is stuff like this. The climate change stuff. Like, Superman's next big fight is against climate change. Well, why don't you go use your ice breath and cool the world then, John Kent? But of course, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that in DC Comics. They want to have, social justice talking points and stuff like this, which I got to say are boring comic book stories. This is stupid comic book story. Okay. Bank robbers are still around. There's still something to happen. But no, let's do a whole book on this. Nobody wants to read this. Nobody wants to read this. And then you wonder why, manga is taking over the comic book industry. Right? This is top 20 manga graphic novels, but it might as well just be graphic novels in general because the entire top 20 graphic novels are always manga. Except last month, I'm sorry, Batman Fortnite made the list. Whoa. And it probably had a digital code for the game. No wonder kids actually wanted it for once. Even in the actual superhero graphic novel top 20, there's no Superman. No Superman. This is in October. You would think that if this whole announcement was so popular, people would have been buying up previous John Kent books to learn about the character, like some Super Sons or something. Nope. So this was the big headline, which I'd like to point out has completely died in the news cycle. Nobody's talking about it except for this one TMZ article that dropped a week ago. Superman artists studio call for LAPD patrols after backlash. Right. Now, I've done a video on this already, but this TMZ article was fake because the artists and the writer that work on this book, they don't live in America. Tom Taylor lives in Australia, and the guy doing the pencils, he lives in Costa Rica. So who are the LAPD protecting? It was fabricated. It was a hoax. This was an attempt to get Superman back in the news. They were using it for coverage to get Superman back in the news. Died off instantly because it was debunked. Got to pull tricks for this. But now the big story is that allegedly they're probably going to kill off Kal-El and make John Kent the permanent replacement. And let's be honest, it will last like a year or so. The reason that a lot of people are speculating that this is going to happen, notably EVS, I believe, and I kind of believe him on this one, is that the copyright for Superman is in trouble. So they're going to kill off Kal-El, Clark Kent, Superman, and use John Kent as the DC Comics Superman to get around the copyright. So that way they don't have to pay any money and they can keep using a Superman in the DCU. I think that there might be something to that. And there does seem to be a lot of foreshadowing in the books as Bounding into Comics does point out in this article that they dropped today. Apparently, this was first hinted at in March's Superman 29. Apparently, some kind of energy wave that him and John were working to close weakened Clark Kent. And then they talked about it again here because right now Clark Kent has went to War World to try to take Mongol off of the throne there. And that's the reason why John Kent is Earth's Superman right now, because Clark left to go deal with that problem because John can stay on Earth. And then apparently it's hinted at in the future he's going to die on War World. And they also point out that next year is the 30th anniversary. Apparently, they're claiming this. I'm not sure if this is 100% true. It likely is that it's the 30th anniversary of the death of Superman when he died fighting Doomsday, and that they're comparing the War World saga with the fight with Doomsday, and basically teasing that he's going to die again. He's died like the New 52 Superman died just not that long ago. Like, so, and don't forget, they've also killed off classic Superman during the whole, the Flashpoint event, technically. So, this is just another cheap sales boost. They can't just do it on being awesome and doing awesome stuff. Like, I do think that updating the characters and switching mantles is a fresh way to tell a story, though the writers that they have working on this stuff are terrible. Tom Taylor is a horrible writer in a lot of cases. And he's doing a horrible job with not Action Comics, but the Superman book he's on right now. They're not doing a good job with it. And that's mostly because people in the comic book industry they're just not very talented. So it's another like worthless sales boost. They also get to have a more woke version of Superman running around for headlines once in a while, but this isn't going to help sales, really. You'll get, the book where he dies will do well, but it's just more cheap gimmicks from DC Comics. Instead of focusing on doing good stories and good work and trying to appeal to everybody, they continue to double down on only appealing to half of the nation by inserting all of these politics into it and doing more cheap gimmicks like killing Superman again. So, I don't know what to say at this point other than these people are just predictable, and that's what this is. It's predictable. It did seem kind of obvious that they were, because they've already kind of written out Clark Kent by sending him off to another planet. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out.